Doing well. I thought I'd do a quick one of these. We're all lunchtime, aren't we? With how things are going today with the state of play and how things are. Like Alex Miller's put out a thing saying at the moment, at the time of this live being out, that people still haven't been paid. And it's looking like it's going to be like end of the working day when things are going to happen. But at the minute, it's just a really weird situation we all find ourselves in. Just because we don't know. We have no idea what's going on. Like, generally, there's no idea what's going on and what's there. And I don't like the quietness. It's the bit that kind of concerns me a little bit. The quietness makes me just wonder how close are we? How I think, hey Lou, hey Gav, oh Bob. So the quietness is the bit that's like, I think it's blowing and upsetting a couple of people because they don't know what's going on. Hey Daniel, hey Turbo Turtle. And the thing is, if something's having to get sorted, aka like the payment sorted, no one's really going to have time to go put a statement out. I can imagine it's a little bit all hands on deck at the minute. Seems like it can be relatively like Jake. Let me go get an iPad. So I don't do that again because I lost what that was. But yeah, it seemed like I'm just waiting for the melt. Yeah, the meltdown going to be massive. Anyway, the meltdown is not going to be fun. It's going to be a big one. I can see it. Like, there's already people saying what's going on and how they think things are at the minute. But at the end of the day, it's trying to see what happens. As of this morning, there are still players and coaching staff who are yet to be paid, but still no sign of the club on an embargo list. The issue rumbles on. Seems like it can be relatively loose. It's a discussion happening behind the scenes. As per the EFL regs, it's already passed. Right. So we could potentially have a bloody embargo, but we'll soon find out. I think we're all patiently waiting for that tweet to come out and go, hey, you're embargoed. But at the time of recording, nothing is embargoed. It said nothing there. So the time of recording, that's where we're at. That is where we're at the minute. Hey, Steve, how you doing, mate? Hey, Dan. Wonder if the wages have been paid. Yeah, so far what's been said by Cran and Miller, the wages are currently not paid. They are currently still not paid. So we're just waiting to see how things go and how everything lies. This has to be the end of Chancy. You would think so, say no more. You would think so. I can't see how he's able to run a club after this. I'm kind of hoping the EFL do a reading and go, look, you've got to take the fit and proper person test. You're going to fail it. You're going to get disqualified. You've got 30 to 90 days to find your ownership. Done. There's an article on the Sheffield Tribune saying the club's dying, and that's about it. Yeah. Also get them like, yeah, please get the likes up. I'm much appreciated. HMRC have been paid. HMRC was the 22nd. That's all done. That was the 22nd. I don't think we're going to pay that again. I don't know if we do it monthly or every 3 months, but I don't think that's got to be paid again until August, September time, but I'm not sure on that one, so don't quote me on that. But that has already been paid. That's already been paid. It's the thing where people are going, where'd the money for this come from for doing the pictures? The pictures will have all been done ahead of time. Like when there was cash to do it and go, hey, here, that's done. Like a lot of the buildings at stuff is paid and done with grant money kind of thing. Yeah, I thought we get it paid quarterly. I thought it was quarterly. That's why I think the whole thing, that's already been paid. But if you look at the rumours on the old Twitter, a lot of people are having the thing that they reckon DC ringing up old sponsors saying, hey, if you can just bought me this amount of money, I'll give it you back here. But, like, who would genuinely, if you're someone who's trying to loan that man money, well, you wouldn't lend him a cent. You would not lend him 2p, let alone anything else, because it's that weird thing with that, because I have the whole situation for me that it's a bit odd with that. I do find it a bit odd there hasn't been more goodbye posts, retains list. I thought that was some thing. Yeah, there hasn't been many goodbye posts actually. Joker, I've got a point there. A lot of the goodbye posts have not been done. It's really weird. It's a weird time to be at the club at the minute. I'm wondering what or who the creditors are. I'm guessing the creditors are quite high. Does the DC want to go into an IVA? But the thing is, he's running out of options. And the problem is, we've had so many times where this has been close to happening or things like that. Hi Jake, hope he pays up today. Don't need an embargo. We don't need an embargo on drugs. DC probably looking to get a 20-year sponsorship back pay from Presto. Not a bad shout. We have been giving them free advertisement for God knows how many years now, which is ridiculous. A 20-year back pay with inflation. They might as well just take us over at that point. At that point, why don't you just take us over? End us our misery. And I think the issue I've got at the minute is there's so much that's in play. There's so much that's getting talked about. There's so much going around of, I've heard this, I've heard that. Like the Adam Shaw thing. He's a Sheffield lad. He's in for seeing family by the sounds of what I've heard. He's from Sheffield. His daughter going to Hallam Uni. He's just come home to see family. Granted, you look at what's going on, and he said to that person 3 days. 3 days could mean anything. 3 days till embargo, 3 days till takeover, 3 days until you drop dead. Not saying that's the kind of thing, but just saying 3 days doesn't tell you anything. I'm not saying that's the kind of thing. It's unbiblical. It really worries me that DC thinks freezing loans are meant to. That's exactly what it means. Yeah, the thing is though, the problem is he's so used to working with freezing loans and seeing what you can get, and I'll be honest, we've been very lucky with some of the freezing loans we've got in the past to help out and get things done. But again, we haven't had any statement from the club at all. I'm surprised this time with the payment being missed, it hasn't tipped Danny over the edge and he hasn't quit the job, because who would want to work under DC? Yeah, but he's also not given himself much leeway for it, because quitting doesn't solve anything now for him. You'll try and get him another job, but the reason why other clubs have gone elsewhere, he's literally tied into that contract. And the problem is the people who were at Reading who didn't run out. So if somebody who was at Reading didn't run out, kind of thing, it says a lot about everything. Yes, Sellers did eventually, but he still managed to do it. And I think for someone like Danny, he needs to show that he can do this kind of situation if it happens again. Her ban on White, yeah, she posted it she posted it last season as well. It got posted last season. Pato's wife posted it as well. It's a very common meme that gets posted by the wife, because everyone does ask that question to them. Oh, where's your husband playing next when they're out of contract? Like, we don't know what's going on there. There's so much time that things are going on. Last time you did one of these, it went mental afterwards. Yeah, it did. That's what I'm trying. That's what I'm trying to do a little bit. I'm trying to like see if it'll feed that kind of, hey guys, I've got to go because there's a video I need to go make. But it's always interesting to say, would you have Danny as manager at the start of the season if we had Takeover? All depends on how long a Takeover takes them. Everyone's saying, oh, if you had Takeover at the start of the season. Takeovers take months. Just because you've agreed a deal doesn't mean that a deal's finished and finalised. You can agree a deal, but then it's got to go to EFL. Then you've got to see how long the EFL got to do, because they've got to do all their checks and balances. A takeover can take a long, long time. The Sheffield United one, they were originally agreeing this deal in, I think it was when they were in the Prem at one point, to get this deal done. And it didn't get done until December, November last year. So takeover takes so long to do. They're not that quick. Like the Reading situation was a situation where, unfortunately for them, they had to get someone in quickly, in terms of, unfortunately, in the sense of how quick it went. But fortunately for Reading, it actually worked out because they got better ownership. They've got someone who look like they know what they're doing now. Not a Chancellor like DC. It's ironic with the whole situation there. But the thing is, the more things happen, the more you look at it and you go, is this something that's happening, or is this something where it can happen? Because the issue is we all want the same thing. Well, most of. I still got some people who are still very DC, supporting DC and not saying it's DC's fault, and saying DC, what DC is. If we're in embargo, how does that affect the value of the club? I think it affects it a little bit because you can't do anything for 3 years. My way of doing it, I would say you invest in your academy then. You invest in the academy in those, not 3 years, 3 transfer windows, so you're missing like 2 to 3 seasons. Being sent stuff and I can't see that. Hang on a moment. This, we know what's going on. Everyone knows what's going on. There's still people not being paid. Afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Afternoon. I think it does affect the value because you can't do anything. Whatever you want to do, you are literally buying the club and the fans and their name. It makes you go, right, whatever you do, you've got to do the 23 standards thing. So if you want to get rid of someone, bring someone in, you can't plan properly, but you can stabilize the club. You can get it into a point where it's stable and ready to go. Brutally honest, right now, I kind of think I don't want to jinx it, but the way I do feel like maybe we are looking in an embargo. But who knows? He might get it in last minute, be the hero, go, look, I say today, what happens next month and the month after that? I don't know. For me, there's a lot of things that need to get sorted and stuff, but the problem is, does the 23 player limit include the under 21? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It does include them because they are, because Bailey's not an under 21 anymore. He's a 13 pro on the books. In terms of on the books, he's down as a 13 pro. Yeah, it does. So someone like Rio Shipton, Gwillia, and that lot, they would count as being in that 23 standing, meaning if we signed Bannon, Akin, and Pato to deals, we can't sign anyone else without shipping someone else out. People who this help, though, are the people like Josh Windass, who may be able to go, look, you can't get that person in without you selling me, so I'll move on. News at the minute is that everyone still hasn't been paid, and it's midday. It's midday and people haven't been paid. Non-playing staff have still not been paid this morning. And it sounds like he's ferreting around trying to find money. That's where we're at the minute. Free transfers will want to train and play on our state-of-the-art pitch. To be fair, free transfers, mate, there's a lot of good players who have not had a club for the best part of 12 months. And a lot of the time when they've not had a club for the best part of 12 months, they've been acting too much. I could see us having it where we are like Mendes Lang did, use us as the stepping stone to let us go. And remember, if anyone signs in the period where we're embargoed, they can only sign a 1-year deal. So if they do well, we could potentially have the prospect of not being able to sign them back again because he's done too well, and then let them go for free. Would you want to sign them or someone new? Not too sure. Not too sure. Frustrating, very. He's been selling clothes on Vinted Net. Yeah, it's a mess. It's a real mess because, again, we should have, in theory, if fans realised what he said in that article with Cran and Miller back in March. He said he couldn't guarantee they couldn't happen again. What's happened? There's no football gate coming through. There's no money coming through the turnstiles at the minute. End of May, beginning of May was our last game. No money come through the turnstile, so there's no money to pay people or from other businesses. The thing is, when people turn around and go, hey, the way we do it, we don't go to games. Go have a look at how much our tickets actually fund it. If you don't go to games, you're stuck in the same problem again. He's still got to find the money to pay it. Surprising no one has messaged that saying Dad's selling Avon. He will be selling Jason Lowe in the vintage net. Don't get how he's the money for the new state of pitch, but not the money for... Because money for things like that could have been done in advance. That sounds like it was done in advance. It sounds like that was done December, January time. So he will have probably had the money back in January, December time to pay for that, but then hasn't got the money to pay for other bits. This is the thing. He's done that typical Chancery thing. I need to pay for this, so I'll borrow from here, but I won't borrow from there to pay for this. It's that kind of thing we've seen before. There's still no doubt. There's no doubt an embargo would not only wreck our season, but possibly following on to. But DC seems think that's acceptable. I'm gonna take these off because these are blurry as shit at a minute. I think my little and grab the lenses. Yeah, I get that, Steve. Whatever happens will wreck this season, next season. You can build a quad for free and it potentially do okay, but you have to make sure everything's right, because right now we still don't know what's going on with playing staff or coaching staff. At this moment in time, the only person who is technically under contract at the club is Danny Rule, probably Tomo, and probably some other bits of backroom staff. That's it. Everyone else's contract is up at the end of this month. End of this month, everything's up. The fans won't care about transfer embargo if I get new pictures with the... Oh, God. Oh, fuck, Andy. I forgot about that. Yeah, no swearing today. Fucking not going to do that, are we? But yeah, we got to be really, really worried, concerned, and skeptical about anything that happens. He's not a fan at all. If he was, he would do the best thing. New owners, every football fan in the world can see that, not just us owls. Oh yeah, I agree. I agree. The problem is you got to remember, it's a business. It makes you wonder how much money has he recklessly pumped into Sheffield Wednesday Football Club without having checks and balances to see what it is. How much money is being lent against the club to help him do this? Like, how much is... We don't know. We don't know what's been lent against the club. I suspect there's a lot being lent against the club in DC's name. But the thing is, if you look at the debts are technically not in the club name. They're all in DC's name, which in one sense really good. But then when it comes to something like this, it's really bad. I can't see what that says up there. Hang on. There's 50 people in here and 19 likes. Get the likes up, please. I'd much appreciate it. Sounds like Tottenham are going to sack, and my first thought was Danny going there, but Thomas Frank now is the favourite. All depends on what happened with Thomas Frank. But if Thomas Frank left Brentford, I could see Danny going to Brentford. Proper model that he likes. I could see them definitely going for Danny Rule kind of thing. Gets him to the Prem. Gets us about 5 million. Hypothetically, if we get an embargo and we get new owner, would that pass on? Yeah, because it's not passed on to the owners, it's passed on to the club. So you're embargoed, the club that's embargoed, not the owners. They can appeal it, but I don't think it will be successful. Because then it sets a precedent of going, well, we've got new owner, can you take ours off? So I don't know. I think he's a fan, I think he's honest, buff and fit, and doesn't know how to spend and gain profits. He's send losing quarter. For a long time, I thought DC were preventing from putting money in the club by FFP and PSL. Just turns out he didn't. It's a little bit both. He didn't and PSL. Hey mate, how are you, Jana? Sorry to hear about you having another rat that jumped shit, but if you get Everett, good luck. I don't like that guy. He's got a punchable face. But yeah, it's just a mess. The amount of fans that I've got from our clubs reaching out, going, "Hey, what's going on here?" or "Why is this happening? Why is that happening?" You know what I mean? It just, there's so many people who can see what Sheffield Wednesday Football Club is and how it should be. What's happening? Anything? No one's been paid yet, Ronald. basically no one's been paid yet. That is where we're at. Payments have still not been done to anyone. And again, it's really weird how quiet the club is being with it, that they said nothing. But again, I also got the whole thing. If you're, sorry, ADHD brain, if you're someone who's at the club who's part of the non-paying staff who's not been paid, are you writing something up for DC right now? I think you turned around and said, no, you can get stuffed. I'm not writing until I've got my wages. So it does make you wonder with that one as well. The follows Schalke in Germany. I'm not the biggest fan of the appointment. I've seen that from a couple of Schalke fans. They're not happy about it. Nice to see Schalke coming back on the up though. View, what's this say? Show. Moose was a good talker, that's it. The amount of dick riding the Algarve fans of us was nothing short of grateful with still hammers and still got relegated. True. I hate how logic doesn't dictate Chance's actions when it's obvious to everyone else. Yeah. Hey Nat, how you doing, mate? Hope you're well. Hey John, how are you, mate? But yeah, as it stands, the Star and the Radio Sheffield and all that lot, the usual lot, Cramp, Alex Miller wrote, approaching midday, continues to understand that the payment issue at Sheffield Wednesday are not resolved. Employers were told the club anticipate full payment would be made during the course of Monday. It wasn't time specific. So it's basically saying, is it looking good for Wednesday? No, our owners are tit. Basically not paid players or playing staff again. Playing staff, players, coaching staff, general non-playing staff. He completely bollocked it up again. And Rob Statten said 11 minutes ago, understanding as of this morning, there are non-footballing staff at Sheffield Wednesday who are still yet to receive their wages in full for May. It's a mess. It's an absolute mess. Is this Wednesday's last season in the Championship? Potentially could be our last season in, but who knows? I don't want to say anything like that because I've seen people who have been paid, or not paid, sorry. I've seen clubs who have been in a similar situation and been able to do it. PSG are champions, yeah, they did it in an incredible style. And did it without any really big names, Neymar, Messi, Mbappe, just did it with a lot of grit and performance. I think a lot of clubs can take a lot from what PSG did and how they did it. Looking forward to all the summer signings. Oh, you're signing then? George, you just screwed up. You shouldn't have told us that you're signing. I'm guessing the deadline is midnight tonight. I think the deadline's 5 p.m, mate. I think the deadline's end of the business working day. I think it'll be 5 p.m. Paris is a dump now. Thailand 6 hours ahead. Don't expect to hear anything before 6 p.m. British Standard. Yeah, I think it's 6 p.m. currently in Thailand. It is 6 p.m. currently in Thailand, or was when I checked earlier, because I had a funny feeling about checking that. I have got a live stream tonight with... No, I don't have it on here. Okay. With someone. We've got a guest on today. Yeah, it's 6:30 in Bangkok at the moment. That's where we're at the minute. To be honest, I'm all for rebuilding with youth. Do you think Chancery really loved the club, Jake, or is he a virus? I think his heart's in the right place, but he hasn't got the head for football. He's been here 10 years and he's still not learnt anything. He's not learnt how to run a football club properly. Any further word on Windass and Valencia? No, because Windass is in America at the moment, seeing his in-laws. I don't think anything's happening with that, and he's probably trying to figure out why the fuck he's not been paid. That's all gone very quiet. Any player like looking at going have gone very quiet. But I don't blame any player that turns around to its agent and goes, hey, we're going to go. No, Barry, he's currently still in Amsterdam. He's been at TwitCon all weekend. He's still in Amsterdam at the moment. It's someone else. It's someone who I've done a podcast with, and we're talking about mental health. So, great one. He needs football advisors and not yes men. He's had football advisors, and he's had yes men. Like, people give Paxo so much shit, and it's unjustified. He's actually somebody who kept us from probably being in a worse position than we should be right now. But no one wants to hear that. On a positive note, got a lovely hoodie from the Terrace shop. Yeah, the Terrace is really good. I like using the Terrace. I really need to get back in touch with them because I think I had a chance at one point of getting a discount code for the for you lot, and I think I saw the email like late, so we'll have to see on that one. Roll doesn't deserve this manager. No, he doesn't. He doesn't. No, but I tell you something though, it'll make him a lot stronger with everything that's going on though, because if this is your first manager job and this is what you're walking into, when you go to another manager job, it should be a piece of piss. And you just go sideways. 24 people like this little mini stream, 61 people watching. Please like it. I much appreciate it. We don't deserve fans, but well, no one deserves it. Players, non-coaching staff, fans, no one deserves it, because there was someone who commented stuff and he literally turned around and said, I'd rather see when to get flattened. I'd rather see when to get flattened and just not be no club than deal with this. And the problem is there are people who are just not looking forward to having any involvement with the football club full stop till he's gone. If some of the rumours are true, saying about takeovers and stuff, you remember all the rumours are all speculation as it stands. Again, people go to the Bronco offer and go, oh, why is nothing else come out about it? Because all that they said was there was an offer on the table. Offer on the table could mean I offer you this TV remote and you go, I don't want it, but if I offer you this drink, can you take it? Kind of thing. All the best for Summer fan. I really hope everything's so. Cheers, Alan. I much appreciate that, mate. And congratulations on going up. I won't lie, the way you've done it and the way you managed to sort everything, you'd had a plan. You had a 4 to 5 year plan and you stuck to it. Really clever. No, they're up at the end of the month, mate. They're not up now. They're up at the end of June. Everyone keeps saying, oh, the backroom staff contracts are up now. No, they're up at the end of June. End of June is when they're up, not the beginning of June. So once we go into July, they're up. So ours in the park, it could be just Danny walking around and hopefully not walking a dog. It's what fans are thinking, what other people thinking, as in them that they want investment. Oh, we want investment, but for whatever reason, DC's been heavily against letting people in. And every time I've heard like little bits where there might be investment, it's all gone a bit peaked on. We should be going to Housing Park with any luck. I just got to make sure family and daughters doesn't misbehave the time. Danny will be recruiting us at Housing Park. I hope not. I hope that's not the case, that he's just watching some random bloke do some techers and go, you're our new starting left back, good luck, kind of thing. But it's, the whole situation just doesn't breed confidence for the new season. Like I said before, we should be sat here saying how we can move on. How we move on and do. Jake, this guy could actually and realistically take the club out of business. Oh yeah, 100%. 100% could take them out of business. I generally think though, we'll get to a point where Reading did. The whole thing is, if this goes into embargo, he will literally have to set the fit and proper person test rules, and he will have to sell the club. There's no bones about it. And if there's offers, they'll have to be looked at and maybe accepted. I'll put on a few stone, but I can do a job at the back. I'll have to borrow some shin pads. Just get some cardboard. It's what all the youngsters use. You've seen them, like tiny buggers now. They're like that. The end is in sight. Fingers crossed. I've got the thing that I'm finger crossed that it's ended in sight. Like, what I love to happen is that the announcement is, hey, people have been paid. Oh, yeah, and by the way, I've agreed a deal with someone, X, Y, and Z, done. But we've got to see it coming. Didn't Danny used to be a player? Yeah, but he stopped playing at 20. He had a really bad knee injury. I'm guessing players have been paid and other staff haven't. No, no one's been paid, George. George, no one's been paid. So some non-playing staff have been paid 700 quid and then no one else has been paid. Like, non-playing staff, coaching staff, players have not been paid. So somebody who works on reception probably not been paid. If it to come to, I'm going to start watching Harlem. Yep. I use newspapers anyway, rubbish rag. Just going on the wording used so far. No, no one's been paid. No one's been paid. I agree. I thought a while the only way this ends is he get forced. I think the FL are going to do a Reading. I genuinely think the FL will do a Reading. They'll do a Reading and make it that he fails it and he has to sell it. He hasn't got a choice. They will get paid and he'll be the same next month and again, guys. The problem is, I don't think it will be the same again and again. I think the EFL will be like, look, show your books. Because I think right now, he's going to, even if he pays them, I think the EFL are going to be knocking on his door going, right, you're taking this test, show us everything. Because under the new rules, he will fail it. He said he doesn't keep cash on hand or size of the business. Under the new regulations, you've got to show 2 to 3 seasons worth of cash and funding. Some of our players don't deserve paying certain strikers. No, everyone deserves being paid, even if it's not. Their job as footballers. Don't be a dick. Like, don't be an absolute dickhead. So you're telling me that someone who does a job doesn't deserve to be paid? Don't be a twat. If the EFL forced the Chance Series, what would happen to Chance Series he ignored the EFL request? He wouldn't be able to own us, VXC Minty. He'll be disqualified as an owner. He has to sell. He'll have a certain time limit, and if he doesn't sell, we'll probably go under. That's generally it. He'll probably go under as a club. I don't think we would. I think someone would come in and get us, but that's the fear. That's the fear all Reading fans had. Just going back to Tam Ali's post, everyone deserves to be paid. I'm sorry, everyone deserves to be paid. They've been going to work. They've been going to work. Just because you haven't been scoring, you do other things during your job as a footballer. You train, you do this, you do that. You're still going in. Everyone deserves to be paid. Needs all the staff to walk out and find some job, bud. Club cannot run without these staff. They can't, but true. Ubbo should donate his wage to charity. Sorry, only trying to be to levitate. Yeah, but I think on that thing it's not levity because at the minute it's not great. You're having a shitter here. Your job, you don't get paid at the end of each month. You are not bothered. View this one. As much as the people don't like the EFL, they don't want our clubs going out. They quite lenient to Derby, Bolton and Reading. Yeah, exactly, that thing. Dish hasn't kicked the ball in about 6 months. Still deserve to be paid. Let's have a look here. Where the buyer, they only went just because their owner just didn't. Where the buyers, they only went buff because their owner just didn't want to sell. I think now they have to. I think under the new thing, they have to find a buyer. Or the EFL or someone else has got to, like, step in as such. I'm just going to stand up for a bit. Sitting there would do me head in. Let's have a look. Yeah, I think Simon was trying to say, you right, punk, idiot. I think he was trying to say it that way. Honestly can't see why he didn't take a loss and sell. I've always said I think he's in debt up to his eyeballs. You got to remember the debt that DC got when they got, it's not in the club. The club debt isn't in Wednesday. The club debt's in DC. DC takes all the club debt. I think that's what it was, mate. Simon will let us know when he comes back, mate. but we have got a lot of idiots today, so mods are being very careful. You worry where he gets his money from? I do worry, but I also don't, because I have a funny feeling where he gets it, but I'm not going to put that out there. There's certain things that I know I'm not going to say. I think there's he had got businesses in Thailand, but they don't make enough money. If he had to sell the club, would he have to sell stadium as he bought it? He would have to sell it all together. He would have to sell it all together. He did. That's what Reading did. The Reading owner did the same thing. It would be a similar thing of what happened with Reading. Why I'm using the Reading example. At the moment, can't see an end at all to it. Now, when Chancery goes, all the problems go. He obviously can't let the revenue stream go. Yeah, but it's obviously not working because the revenue stream is just not enough. I get that, but find me a rich English person. I do understand that, but find me a rich English person who's got money to fund a football club. There ain't many of them. It's why so many football clubs are having to have a consortium in place instead. And the other thing you've got to remember, DC bought the club as a consortium. What if the consortium members are also turning around and saying, hey, we want it sold now? Is that Man U meant to be? I'm guessing. They just signed Cunha as well from Wolves, and they're about to get. They've got about 125 million plus player sales, potentially. Yeah, but this is the thing where I always say about protest. I don't think protests work. It's all right, mate. It's all right, mate. I get it. We've got a lot of idiots today, Tam. We've got a lot of idiots. It's probably not the day to be making jokes, but I get what you were trying to do. It's probably not the day to be making jokes because we're all a bit tense because we're all a bit worried. Like, generally, we're all a bit worried what will happen next. Oh, God, Dave Allen, don't chuffing remind me. Thing is, DC making Dave Allen look like a saint. And I never thought I'd say that. I never thought I'd say in a million years that someone would make Dave Allen look like a saint. But he really is. 73 people watching, 32 likes. Get those likes up, people. I much appreciate it. He is the Chesterfield owner. Doing very well with Chesterfield, actually. I was surprised he got back into football, to be fair. But the fans like him. I think with Wednesday, he just ran it course. He had to. Had a season ticket in the 90s. Yeah. Alan wasn't best. It's like the whole thing. Right now, I'd love to be doing a list of transfer players who we could go after. And right now, I'm thinking, who do we go after? Oh, yeah, that left back who played for Man City, who's 16, who just got let go. He'll be free. It's a support trust. Right, get you. Is he just like the person, like the figurehead chairman kind of thing? And I'm still surprised he got back into football. I'll be brutally honest with you though, mate. Do you think Takeover will ever happen? Eventually, yes. Eventually, yes, but I don't think it'll take a while. Not like that on Allen Punk, with 35-year-old free agent. Yeah, it's a mess. It's a mess. You look at the players we've let go, and you're just thinking they're probably like that. They're going, I get my money at the end of this. I can put Wendy behind me, and I'll get paid. Takeover, as in his son takes over. No, I don't think his son wants it anymore. I don't think Chancery wants it anymore. And also, Chancery's at uni. You've got a long time before that happens. It's okay having fun home, but you need to have structure, the plan to move forward. From an outside, your owner doesn't look like it. He'd never had a plan, Alan. His only plan was in 2 years get us Prem and spend a lot of money doing so. That was the plan. All I've ever wanted from DC is some sort of plan, and I've never seen one. I'm a big fan of companies doing these things called town halls, right? Called doing town hall meetings, where they tell everyone what's going on and how everything is. And I love one of them right now, but we get fan fun when we get shouted at. I'm the same, Jake. I had players in mind who wanted now just expecting 34-year-old League 2 free agents. Yup. Not paying players is bad enough, but you didn't pay regular staff on time more than once you should be booted. I agree. I really agree. Long time been my point. Yep. At the bottom support, I'm shocked that there hasn't been loads in for the club as big. There have been people in for the club. The problem is he moved the goalposts and he wants too much for the club. Like he won't actually tell anyone how much he wants for the club. That's the thing. No one actually knows how much he wants for the club. And if it did come out, like there've been rumours that he wants 150, there've been rumours he wants 250 million, by the way. There's rumours that we had the last people to bid for the club, it was 75 million. Turned it down. Which said to me, like, it does say to me, like, how much are you in debt by? I think there have been stuff, but we never had it publicised. But he's always turned it down. He had said there have been people who wanted the club, but like it's like the bid at the minute that bid at the minute, not even a bid, it's the offer of 100 million. Anyone hears the word 100 million as a sane person goes, I'm taking that, buy, and goes. But it all depends on how much money he's losing or how much money he owes. Will that 100 million then clear what he owes and then maybe what he needs to give elsewhere? Like, he was expecting more money as well, because when we got promoted, he was going to give another chunk of money to Milan. And I think the plan was always to get us promoted to then sell us on again. I don't think it was a long-term thing to be here. I think it was a flip job. How much is the club losing a day? 2 million. A day. I know it's 2 million a month we're losing. I think it's about 2 million a month we're losing. So I don't roughly know what it is a day. Bob might be able to do the maths on that. I won't be able to, but it's ridiculous. Like, the weird thing that's going on for us, David, is that we're currently having new pitches laid and a new state-of-the-art AstroTurf laid. The first one outside of like Netherlands being laid, like kind of thing. I think PFBI has got the first one we're getting on. Like, how much is that costing? Where's that come from? And again, pitches get done ahead of time. There's so much that is... Oh. Okay, that figure really hurt my head. That figure really, really hurt my head. It's not sustainable. That's the thing. It's not a sustainable practice. And we've known this for years. For years and years, we've known it's not sustainable. How much do you think his pride is getting in the way? Pride is such a massive thing over on the other side. Probably, but I think the family's had enough. I think the family are starting to have enough. The fact that his family were at the last home game of the season, that didn't mean anything. Yet none of them were at the playoff semi-final or the playoff final, says a lot. And I don't mean his extended family, like parents and other people. At the thing, it was his kids and wife. Hey, Chris. And Asso. I apologise for saying that. It sounds like I'm saying something wrong. Hi from Sheffield, England. To those. Oh, bloody hell. That is a lot. Any of the picture partly funded by the FL, and thank you much appreciate that, dude. I appreciate that, Dave. Appreciate that a lot. Up to good playing level. When his family was on the pitch, they looked confused. They looked really confused. Much appreciate that, David. DC, I can give you a £5. Oh, you turned me down. You turned me down. How about that be enough? Hey, Punky. How you doing, darling? Can't reply to that, come on my phone. I love this. I get messages all the time from people going, have you seen this? Have you seen that? Have you seen this? So what I missed up 20 quid did it would probably accept that. I match it. 20 quid and 20 quid. Thing is, I love to be fan owned and do like the 51 rule in Germany, but I also don't. I wouldn't trust that lot with running stuff. Thank you, Tam. Tam, I much appreciate it. It's not it's a hard beat to do. I won't lie, this is a very hard beat to do. And I accidentally fell into doing Wednesday content. I'm doing a live tonight as well. Join up for that clip, should be good. I see you're 20 and raise you 50. Right, we've got £50. We've got £50, £50, £50, £50 there, £50 there. 100, can I give me 60, 60, 60, 60 there? That bloody bidding war. We'll start our own bidding war with DC. And then when we go to pay it, it can be Monopoly money. Live in Derby and I have my Derby County mad gaffer ring me up to ask if he should transfer my wager to DC. Burst out laughing and then hung up battered. So in fact, can you imagine if someone of the Twitter lot got on the board? Oh God. Punk's auction. But it is a crinkly note. I raised you 50 and I raised you 25 grand. Hey, 100 quid Argo gift card. Now you're talking. Now you're talking. 70 together, and that's our consortium. If we didn't laugh, we'd be bloody on the floor crying. This club, man, this club. The amount of stuff. Oh, actually, stay there a minute. I've got a really cool thing to show you. I've been shirt shopping again. This is my latest one I've found. Really good condition as well. I like weird and wonderful shirts. Or unique, which is awesome. I like that shirt. If anyone wanted the Almanta Brown, they are in the Argentinian league. I'll give him a can opener and all the tuna tins. To be honest, I kind of see White Chan series hanging on like here. He got something. Billionaire want. Not many clubs have letters. I get it, but when you're losing this much money, you're making it easier for anyone to come and get it anyway. Because right now, if someone hears that you can't pay someone, what says someone goes, I'll pay you your staff, but you've got to sell the club for me at this price. That's the thing where you've got to look at it at. 110 and a B&Q voucher, the stadium needs to look at fate. 124 bags of multi-packing Monster Munch. Oh. Also, everyone, my missus has made a YouTube video. Go give it some love. She should be recording the review this week. It's really, really good. I'm really impressed with how she did it. Editing on it was a chef kiss. Couldn't be prouder. Luckily, she's with someone who got a ridiculous amount of camera and microphones. But while he can still pay it, but he can't. Yeah. The problem is, while he can still pay it, even though it's late, it still doesn't look good. It still doesn't look good to people because if people know you are someone who religiously pay people late, they will just find that as a weakness. That is a big weakness in what he's doing, if that makes sense. All Chancellor needs to do is to be honest and open. Yes, he's probably in a world of debt, but owns it and doesn't hold his famous club to answer. True. I'm blushing like mad now. You're welcome. Imagine DC accepting payment in tuna and sweet corn sandwiches. Yeah, that wouldn't help us either. Also, hoping there's not a... Yeah, if you're doing a protest at Housing Park, don't. If you want to protest, wear yellow. I get what you're saying, but he's still got what they want. Yeah, but he can also kill Sheffield Wednesday as well. That's the thing. He has got what they want, but at the same time, what they want, they have to negotiate with him to do it. And his negotiation skills are notoriously bad. I swapped in my Sabutio, but he will fuck that up. Yeah. Already dropped her a sub, mate. I like the review because I generally don't know the best items to buy. Brilliant. There you go. She should be doing a review of this. Actually, really good. It tells you how cold and hot your kettle is. It's awesome. Actually, it's really good. But yeah, we're in a mess. We're in a real big mess at the minute. And later when I do the school run, I am taking all my mobile equipment to do video with, because it'll be sort of law. It'll come out the moment I'm on the school run. The moment I've got to go pick my little girl and little boy up, it'll be when it happens. What's that plugged into? What's going on tonight? The review. Ooh. Review time. Review time with Punky Horrors. But yeah, tonight we've got a live at 7. It may get a little bit... if everything breaks around where it does, things could change. I will still do it, and I will still do it with a person because I'm not doing that to someone because I've got something arranged. But if something breaks, it might have to get snapped out into a little bit of a give a 5 while we just get this done, and I'll film it on something else, and we'll just have a little bit of a be right back screen while I film it and then come back. Probably run 2 PCs for that tonight, actually. Ken Anderson, Drain Bolton until the last 5 minutes gone out of existence. That's how bad the vampire... Yep. Do a channel swap. You review something and Punky talks about Wednesday. I've got too much stuff I could review. There is actually something I'm willing to want to review, actually. I just don't know how it's going to go on the channel. There's a couple of things I want to review, actually. But it's always interesting. I really should... You know what I will do, actually, Barry? You give me an idea. I will do a review of my PC, because I haven't done that yet. And that's something newish that I got recently. I am not reviewing that bastard rowing machine. That rowing machine is staying in my attic. I have not sold that. Actually, you know what? That probably would be a good idea. Oh, god damn it. That's actually a really good idea. If the summer goes how the summer's going to be, I might get it out and review it. Might, because it's bloody heavy. And just go, hey, an update to that rowing machine video. Here's the machine. I've done that. Motion in my back garden. Yeah, I can flew drove down the back. Offer the rowing machine to DC. Offer the rowing machine to DC. Oh, Jesus. I know that was a piss tape, but now I thought it could be even more piss tape to actually do a rowing machine review now. And just go, hey, you've all been waiting for this. I never did do a review. Have a good one, Dave. Thank you, mate. Much appreciate it. And have a good rest of your day. But I'm probably going to end it there in a minute. I'm going to let it get to an hour. And then we'll end it. Because I need to just make sure I get stuff sorted. I need to know if we've got any meatballs, actually. Because I think that's what our little one said she wanted for dinner. If we are, they're in there. I didn't see the food shop. auction it as a channel memorabilia. Right, if I auctioned it off of channel memorabilia, I'm telling you right now, they would have to come pick it up. There's no way I'm shipping a bloody rowing machine. There is something I am looking at though. We have the... Alright, cool. There's something I'm wanting to work on though. Have I got a picture of it? Let's have a look. If any of you lot, I know Bob's giving me a message. If any of you lot know anyone who makes t-shirts, especially footballing ones, how would we like that as a piece of merch? I just would need to find a way of doing it. Nah, I'm not doing a joint channel. Joint channels are shite. No offence to people with joint channels. Take my money. I'd buy that. Have a good one, mate. I need to get back to us. Also bag some what's it as I'm opening a bid. if you do get some what's it, just remember you've got to play a trump tax. It's his foundation in the morning. Have a good one, mate. You buy that time I buy it. Yeah, I'm thinking of that as like a piece of merch for us of the channel. It'd be a football shirt, and I just think it would be a really good thing. I just need to figure out how I'll do it. And this has been something that's been in the work for a while, because whatever I did, I would make a loss to start with. Not send it, I can't send it, mate. Sadly. All I need is somebody who does football shirt, but I want to see what quality is like and see how much it was. And if I have to do bulk orders, or I can do it a direct payment job where it's on a website, they order it, they ship it, done. They take a cut and I do a thing. I don't give a shit if it's a loss on it either. Not about making cash on it. It's about putting something out there. Just something like probably limited for the time being to start with, though. But guys, I'm gonna end it there, and I'll speak to you in the next one. Hopefully, I'll be speaking to you later saying that it's been paid and we're not embargoed, or whatever else. But at the moment, everything's a bit of a mess. But have a good one, guys, and I'll speak to you later.